The natural world is full of extraordinary behaviors, none more fascinating than the unique and often intense rituals surrounding animal reproduction. From awe-inspiring displays of strength to jaw-dropping strategies for attracting mates, animal mating showcases the raw power and creativity of nature. Here are 12 of the most unusual and powerful examples of animal mating. Number 1. Elephants. The mating season for elephants is influenced by rainfall patterns and food availability. During this period, male elephants may enter a state known as musth. Musth bulls are often dominant and may engage in competitive displays to attract females. When a female elephant is in estrus, she may exhibit specific behaviors, such as increased vocalizations and a unique gait. Male elephants detect these signs through their keen sense of smell and may pursue the female. Mating typically involves a series of interactions, including nuzzling, touching, and vocalizations. The actual act of mating can last for several hours. After mating, the male may remain with the female for a period of time to deter other males. Elephant gestation is the longest of any land mammal, lasting approximately 22 months. Female elephants typically give birth to a single calf, which is raised and protected by the herd. Number 2. Brown bear mating. Bear mating is a fascinating and complex process that involves intricate behaviors, hormonal changes, and strategic timing to ensure reproductive success. The mating season, known as the rut, typically occurs during late spring and early summer, depending on the species and region. Male bears, called boars, wander extensively during this time, searching for receptive females, known as sows. The process begins with courtship, where the male often follows the female for days or even weeks, demonstrating his dominance over other males by engaging in fights or displays of strength. Once a female is receptive, the pair engages in a courtship dance that includes vocalizations, sniffing, and playful wrestling. Mating itself is brief, but may be repeated multiple times over several days to ensure fertilization. Interestingly, female bears have a unique reproductive adaptation called delayed implantation. Number 3. Sea slugs, allowing them to play either role during mating. When two sea slugs come together, they engage in a process called reciprocal copulation, where both partners simultaneously fertilize each other's eggs. This practice, known as traumatic insemination, increases the chances of successful reproduction, but can be quite aggressive. Number 4. Giraffes, a taste test. Giraffe mating involves a fascinating and unique courtship process that begins with males, known as bulls, testing the readiness of females or cows for reproduction. The male approaches a female and nudges her rear to encourage urination, which he then tastes to detect hormones indicating whether she is in estrus, a phase of her reproductive cycle where she is ready to mate. This behavior, called the Flamen response, is critical in determining her fertility. If the female is receptive, the male follows her closely, often engaging in a display of dominance by fending off other competing males through necking, where giraffes swing their long necks and use their heads as weapons. Once the competition is settled and the female accepts the chosen male, copulation occurs quickly, usually lasting just a few seconds. Interestingly, giraffes have one of the shortest mating durations among mammals. Number 5. Chimpanzee mating. Chimpanzee mating is a fascinating and complex process deeply intertwined with their social structure and behavior. Unlike many other animals, chimpanzees have a promiscuous mating system where both males and females mate with multiple partners within their community. Female chimpanzees signal their readiness to mate through a highly visible physical change. Their anogenital area swells dramatically, a clear indicator of ovulation. This swelling attracts the attention of males, who often compete for access to the female, showcasing their dominance through displays of strength, vocalizations, or even direct confrontations. Interestingly, higher-ranking males tend to have greater mating success, but lower-ranking males sometimes employ more covert strategies to mate. Beyond mere reproduction, chimpanzee mating is also influenced by their intricate social hierarchy and alliances. Number 6. Hippos, muddy romance. The process of hippo mating is both unique and challenging, largely due to their territorial nature, aquatic aquatic habitat and the sheer physical size and power of these animals. Unlike many other species, hippos mate exclusively in water, which provides buoyancy to support their massive weight, but also presents significant challenges. Male hippos, known as bulls, are highly territorial and will fiercely guard their section of the river or lake from rival males. Before mating can occur, the dominant male must often fend off aggressive challenges from other males in brutal battles that involve biting, charging, and the use of their massive teeth, which can grow up to 20 inches long. These confrontations can result in serious injuries or even death. Once dominance is established, the mating process itself is not straightforward. Female hippos, or cows, are selective and will often test the strength and stamina of potential mates. They may initially reject the male, and the bull must display persistence and power to earn the opportunity to mate. Even during copulation, which occurs with the female fully submerged and the male balancing his enormous body on her back, the act requires precise coordination to succeed. The aquatic environment, combined with the physical exertion, makes this a highly demanding process. Number 7. Lions. The mating process of lions is a fascinating and intense ritual that reflects their status as dominant predators in the animal kingdom. When a lioness is in heat, she signals her readiness to mate through body language and scent markings, which attract the attention of males in the pride. Often, competition arises among the males, leading to battles for the right to mate, with the dominant male usually emerging victorious. Once a pair is formed, the mating process is remarkably frequent and persistent, taking place every 20 to 30 minutes over several days, sometimes amounting to up to 50 copulations in a single 24-hour period. This intense frequency increases the chances of successful conception. Each copulation is brief, lasting only about 20 seconds, and is often accompanied by growls and roars from both the male and female. Interestingly, after each act, the male typically bites the female's neck as a sign of dominance, while the female often rolls on the ground, a behavior believed to aid in sperm retention. Number 8. Spiders. Dance of death. The mating process of spiders, often referred to as the dance of death, is both fascinating and perilous, underscoring the delicate balance between reproduction and survival in the arachnid world. Male spiders, typically much smaller than females, approach their potential mates with caution, as the females are often predatory and may view them as a meal rather than a partner. The process begins with an elaborate courtship ritual, where the male performs a series of vibrations, rhythmic leg movements, or web plucking to signal his intentions and avoid triggering the female's predatory instincts. In some species, males even present a nuptial gift, such as a wrapped insect, to distract the female and ensure their safety during the encounter. Once the female accepts the male's advances, he carefully transfers his sperm to her, using specialized appendages called pedipalps. However, the encounter doesn't always end peacefully. In many species, the female may cannibalize the male after mating, either as a way to gain nutrients for the developing offspring or simply due to instinctual aggression. Number 9. Walruses. Vocal competition. Walruses have a fascinating and unique courtship ritual centered around vocal competitions, making their mating process unlike that of most marine mammals. During the breeding season, male walruses gather in large groups near the shore or on ice floes, where they engage in intricate vocal displays to attract females. These vocalizations are produced both above and below water, showcasing a remarkable range of sounds, including bell-like tones, claps, grunts, and whistles. What makes these sounds even more extraordinary is their origin. The males produce many of these vocalizations using air sacs located in their throats, allowing them to amplify and modulate the sounds to create complex rhythms and melodies. Each male develops a distinctive vocal pattern, which not only demonstrates his physical strength and health, but also his experience and genetic quality. The competition among males can last for hours, with females carefully listening and observing before choosing a mate. This selection process is critical, as it ensures that only the fittest and most resourceful males pass on their genes to the next generation. Number 10. Kangaroos. Boxing matches. The mating process of kangaroos is a fascinating and unique phenomenon that differs from many other mammals, primarily due to their complex reproductive system. Female kangaroos, known as doos, have a remarkable ability to control the timing of their pregnancies, which is a result of a process called embryonic diapause. During the mating season, a male kangaroo, or buck, will compete with other males for access to a female, often engaging in displays displays of strength such as boxing and kicking to assert dominance. Once a female is ready to mate, the male will approach and court her, often licking and nuzzling her neck to show affection. When mating occurs, the sperm enters the female's body. But instead of immediately fertilizing an egg, the female's body has the ability to hold the embryo in a dormant state. This delay allows the female to time the birth of the joey when environmental conditions are most favorable, such as when food is abundant. Number 11. Rhinoceros. The mating behavior of rhinoceroses is a fascinating yet challenging aspect of their reproductive cycle. Typically, female rhinos are only receptive to mating for a short period each year, making the timing crucial. For males, the competition to win over a female can be intense, with dominant males often engaging in physical confrontations with rivals. These battles can involve charging, pushing, and biting, sometimes leaving visible scars on the participants. Once a male successfully claims a female, the actual mating process itself is also a careful, slow affair. Female rhinos are highly selective, and mating is often preceded by an extended period of courtship, which may include scent marking, vocalizations, and even mock charges to test the male's strength and stamina. Given the large size of rhinoceroses, mating is physically challenging. The male needs to position himself carefully due to the size and weight of both animals. In some species, this process is not just difficult but risky, as the male's attempts to mount may not always be successful or may end in injury due to the rough terrain or aggressive resistance from the female. Number 12. Hyena. Hyenas have one of the most unique and complex mating systems in the animal kingdom, largely influenced by their fascinating social structure and physiology. Spotted hyenas, in particular, live in matriarchal clans where females dominate males in rank and size, a rarity among mammals. Female hyenas possess an elongated clitoris, often referred to as a pseudopenis, through which they urinate, mate, and give birth, making mating a highly intricate process. For males, courtship is a delicate affair, as they must approach dominant females with caution and submissiveness, often engaging in prolonged displays of respect and grooming to gain their trust. Unlike many other species, male hyenas do not compete aggressively for access to females, but rather rely on social bonds and patience, which can sometimes take years to establish. The pseudopenis presents a significant challenge during mating, requiring precise alignment, which adds another layer of complexity. This evolutionary adaptation is thought to help females maintain control over reproduction, ensuring that only the most suitable males pass on their genes.